Alright, my name's Nate. I was just sending you this video because I have a few issues with my DJI Naza. The current firmware that I'm running right now is 2.01, running software 1.6. I have switched to the 1.8 and was running 202 for a little while, but I was having a lot more issues with 202. It was doing some weird flips on its own. Um, when it was at low altitude, it would do it, or it couldn't recover fast enough on itself. It always seemed like it wanted to flip. So I switched back to the 201 firmware. I've yet to be able to fly it. The one problem I've had, the last flip it did, it broke a bunch of stuff, unfortunately, and it's not the first time it happened. It's happened, I'd say, a good 3 or 4 times where it just flipped on its own with the 2.02 firmware loaded on it. Prior to with the 2.01, I had no problems. The reason though I'm making this video is I have ran into an issue. I have already swapped out the voltage unit here, the what do you guys reference it as, VU or VS? This is the original one. Again, it did the same thing. You can see right now the green LED with USB plugged in works just fine. So the LED itself is perfectly okay. Though when I do unplug it, I lose the green LED. And this has happened on and off for the last few months, where it will occasionally work and then it stopped working. When I first got it, it worked with no problem. A few weeks later, it started wigging out just out of nowhere. Right now, it's in GPS hold. There's a slight green little flicker every so often you can see prior to the red flashes with no GPS signal. Get the GPS coverage just to show you it doesn't get any signal and what the LEDs are. Normally it starts picking up a little bit here inside my place. This is what is altitude hold and then manual mode. And then this is the failsafe mode, which should be orange. Again, that green's not working correctly. So the biggest problem I'm having with this, and the reason I'm sending you this video, first off, I noticed today, which is kind of the first I've ever noticed, that there was even an LED even on the Naza unit itself. It's got a flicker to it. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that kind of helps you guys maybe try to figure out what's going on with it. But what it's doing is literally out of nowhere. I have yet to be able to replicate it on video for you guys. But literally, I plug in a battery. I'm running a Spectrum DX8. It's had no problems. It's ran my other quads with no issues. This is the only one I've ever had issues with, and the only thing I can narrow it down to after replacing this is the actual Naza unit itself. What it will do is go what almost I want to say is full throttle, where literally all of the motors just start spinning up out of nowhere, and it's one slammed into my ceiling once. Just I was just powering it up, checking some LEDs or doing some other work on it real quick, and it literally slammed against the ceiling. Scared the crap out of me, almost hit me. The next time, or the first time I ever did it, I was actually out in the field, powered it up. I throttled up, armed it, checked to make sure all my props are spinning the right way, making sure everything was working like it was supposed to, kind of like a little pre-check, flight check. Brought the throttle all the way down. It had been a good, 5-7 seconds, which would have armed itself, or disarmed itself at that point, making it safe. I want to say at the 10-second mark, I have the video from onboard, but I don't have any offboard to show you exactly what it did. But literally, it picked up at almost what seemed full throttle, started coming back, slammed into a tree. Luckily, it hit a tree. Otherwise, I would have probably lost it. one either in a pond or miles away when it finally stopped. When it happened just the other day inside my apartment, literally what it did was it literally lifted right up, slammed into the ceiling. Luckily, I just had a battery kind of dangling off like this, and the battery at some point kind of pulled itself out and stopped it. So here's the problem. That's the problems I'm having. I'm hoping you can guys get some info from this, and it will be some assistance. Other than that, I mean, I love this thing. It's been a blast to fly the Naza. I like it a lot better than any of the other controllers I've ran, up until it does stupid things like this and wigs out and wants to go full throttle. If you guys can give me anything else to test or try, I have disconnected all the powers off of each one of my ESCs. All I'm looking for is signal and ground. That's just about it. I mean, and every so often it's literally plugging power in and it will do the full throttle thing on its own. And it usually happens right after it's done its self-test. And I would say anywhere between 10 seconds to a minute, usually after I power it up, will it do it if it's going to do it. And that's the scariest thing, is taking it out somewhere and wondering whether it's going to work or not. This is with the receiver turned off. I don't think it's going to do it. We got one in the fail-safe mode. So that was just arming it real quick. And I would say almost that's about the duration that it does do its full throttle thing. But it's at like max power. And it's literally... it's not touching any of the controls, not doing anything with it, and it will just go on its own. So... hopefully this will assist you guys in... if there's anything else you guys want me to try, or any videos of, just let me know. Again, my name is Nate, and look forward to hearing back to you soon.